So, it's now the second week of the PPL, and the Teddington Teddiursas had a very strong debut game, walking away with that 3-0 against the Tottenham Hotspurs. We let Crest go early, and we walked away with a victory. Good first game, and I'm feeling pretty confident on our second. Some first of all, we have to look out. We absolutely have to be on our toes for that mega pincer. That thing is just going to wreck our squad if we are not careful. And what do we have to counter that, ladies and gentlemen? Not a lot! I'm gonna say, like, right now. So we've got to pull some tricks up our sleeves, and we really gotta play well this game if we want to come away with that second week victory against the Pittsburgh Pyroar. Slyroh, of course, coaching the Pittsburgh Pyroar. Very good player, extremely spooky squad. A lot of things on his squad that just wreck mine. So threats to prepare for this week were definitely the Mega Pincer, Starmie, and Drapion, as well as Q-Ram. That thing is mega spooky. If that sub-roost, or just roost in general, is going to be a bitch to take down, and I know Slyroh likes to run his roost. So, with that in mind, let's get into the team building process. And I will see you there. Alright, so upon inspection, I've actually said it's now week 1. It's not week 1, bear with me, I do change that once I get into Slyroh's team. It's been a long morning. But yes, the first thing I'm bringing to this match is Togekiss. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to need to put some tricks up my sleeve, and I'm bringing Scarf Togekiss to this game. Modest Scarf in preparation for Starmie, Shaman, and obviously the Mega Pincer. The first thing in my mind was right. I have nothing on my team that naturally outspeeds Mega Pincer apart from Zebstrika, and I am not too confident bringing Zebstrika to this game because he does have the Quagsire and the Gliscor as well. So I thought bringing Zebstrika to this game would have been really silly of me. So I decided to bring Scarf Togekiss. This thing gets monstrous coverage, and it also gets ability to move Trick. Absolutely incredible move pool. Really powerful dual stabs in the terms of Dazzling Gleam and Air Slash. And obviously Serene Grace and Air Slash is really trolly. It's got a huge chance to flinch. I believe it's like 60%? Possibly, don't quote me on that though. And my last move in my moveset, so far I've got Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, and Trick. Last move is Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball was specifically for Starmie because I was very scared of that. I was very scared of Life Orb Starmie. I had just enough speed to outspeed Timid Starmie. And I put the rest in HP, and that made me realise that Starmie couldn't OHKO me with a Ice Beam or a T-Bolt. Which is absolutely crazy. This thing has got really good natural bulk. I'm very happy to have bought Togekiss this week. Now, onto our next Pokemon. I was hesitant for this pick, but decided to bring Darmanitan. Now, Darmanitan is slow. It's not particularly fast, but it's not particularly slow. It's got 95 base speed. Lots of his things on his team outspeed it. So I brought another Scarfer to this game. I was absolutely terrified of being swept by Mega Pincer. I really was. I couldn't back down on speed. I really needed power and speed for this match. So I did decide to bring Darmanitan, and it is his first appearance in the league, and I'm very excited to use him. Pause. Now, I have the standard set, I believe, so U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, and EQ. Obviously, EQ is on there for Electivire, but I'm pretty sure, a Flare Blitz would just kill that thing. Nothing really switches in to Sheer Force, Flare Blitz, Darmanitan off, a base 120 attack stat, something like that. Absolutely crazy power. Crazy powerful. And obviously the only thing that really stops this on my team is on his team, sorry. The only thing that stops Darmanitan is the Quagsire, and I've definitely prepared for that this week. So yeah, the only thing to look out for on his team is the Quagsire if he does decide to bring it. Also the Gliscor, but the Gliscor, you know, that won't appreciate a Flare Blitz. It's resisted, but this is a frickin' Darmanitan we're talking about here. Come on now. Next up we have Heatran, and he is rocking an air balloon this week. Don't ask why. I was just thinking, you know what, I'm gonna have lead Darmanitan with an air balloon, because I was really thinking he would bring Gliscor through the Darmanitan or the Heracross. So I really thought Heatran would be a good fit for my team here, and I'm running max speed, max special attack this week, rocking the Earth Power and the Fire Blast with Taunt and Stealth Rock as my other two moves. Earth Power was for to hit Starmie neutrally, also for the Electivire if he decided to bring Assault Vest, because, you know, Fire Blast wouldn't be doing that much if it was Assault Vest. It turned out to be banded, I believe. I think it was banded, because I didn't see an item, and whenever I brought in a certain one, he always switched out when he went for a certain move. So, yeah, Heatran, I'm looking forward to using this in this game. Taunt for things like Sub-Roost, Kyurem, which would be a pain in the butt. Obviously the air balloons to get rid of that ground weakness. And Stealth Rock for the Mega Pinsir, because that thing is a huge threat to my team, and I have to bring hazards this week, that's how it goes. Also to whittle things down, like the Shaman. What else in this team that's also spooky? The Starmie, Gliscor. Wouldn't take that much damage, but you know, it's just damage to have, you know. So I brought hazards this game, and I'm very glad I did. Excuse me, I'm burping. And obviously Flash Fire is going to be a good ability to have paired with Mega Venusaur. This thing, I absolutely needed Mega Venusaur this game for a number of things. One, for Kyurem, because it just completely shuts Kyurem down. Psychic can't touch it, essentially. Ice Beam will do nothing because of Thick Fat, and Earth Power will do, like, nothing. So I needed this, and I needed this also for Shaman, because this completely shuts Shaman down as well. Psychic doesn't do too much, neither does Air Slash. But weirdly enough, I'm running this physically defensive this week for the Electivire, because I was really scared about banded Electivire. I was also scared about offensive Gliscor. I know it's not a thing that often happens in competitive play, but you've got to prepare for everything. I really needed to prepare for offensive Gliscor, like the agility set. I needed to prepare for Mega Pinsir. Obviously, Venusaur is not a proficient rule against Mega Pinsir. I needed something for the Electivire, because at the moment my core is, well, my offensive stuff is not taking too kindly to Earthquakes or Thunder Punches, let's be real here. So yeah, I definitely needed something for that. And he had something else on his team. Yes, Quagsire. I needed this for Quagsire, otherwise I would have lost. So, rocking the moveset this week, we have Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, so Dual Stab this week, and then Leech Seed and Synthesis. I really regret not putting Sleep Powder on this thing. Although he may have been running Vital Spirit on his Electivire, which would have been a very clever move actually, thinking about it. But I really regret not bringing Sleep Powder on this thing, because he kept like switching into Kyurem on this, and if that thing was asleep, that would, it would have been so much nicer for me, but whatever. And obviously Sludge Bomb is on there for Shaman, and Giga Drain is on there for recovery, and nice and dead Quagsires. So yes, let's move along to our 5th pick of the match. It's gonna be Milotic. She's gonna be returning. Love this thing. Freaking huge natural bulk. Love it, love it, love it. Definitely my favourite water type. Looking back, I probably should have brought Marvel Scale, because he doesn't have any defoggers or intimidate users on his team. So I was like, why did I bring competitive this week? That was a bit of a mistake on my part, but it didn't end up getting status in the game anyway, so you know, neither ability came into play there, so it's not too big of a deal. This week we are running fully specially defensive for Shaman, because it just gets wrecked by Mirror Coat. Also for Starmie, because I was terrified of that thing. Kyurem as well, this shuts Kyurem completely down. What else was this for? You see, looking back now, I kind of regret not bringing physically defensive for the Mega Pinsir. I really should have had especially defensive Venusaur and defensive Milotic, and I really regret that decision. I think that definitely influenced some of the game. But then again, physically defensive Venusaur really handled the Electivire well, so I'm not too caught up about it, but I think it would have been a bit better if I did bring defensive Assault Vest like I did last week. So the moveset I'm running is Ice Beam, Recover, Scald, and I believe Mirror Coat, because I can take a Seed Flare from a Shaman and just completely bop it. Providing it doesn't get crit. Mirror Coat was also for Starmie with Energy Ball, Psyshock, you know, Thunderbolt, all that spooky stuff. And also for the Kyurem if you decided to use Earth Power on me or something. The only reason I, you know, put competitive over Marvel Scale, I think, was for special defense drops either from Shaman or the other thing, Kyurem, because Kyurem often runs Psychic or Earth Power, and I believe they have a chance to lower special defense. So competitive wasn't a bad shout here. So yes, that is our 5th pick, and finally on to our last pick of the game. It is going to be Doublade making his return. Ooh, I just mopped my mic. That probably sounded awful. I'm sorry. Yes, we have Doublade rocking the Rock Slide this week for the freaking Mega Pinsir, because I oh my god, words cannot express how terrified I was of that thing. Literally, if it got up an SD, it could just sweep me, and I think that goes for the rest of the league, barring Shardy, because he has an unaware Clayball, but oh my goodness, Mega Pinsir is probably one of the spookiest Megas in the league as of now, right now. Definitely on par with Mega Moyle. I'm not looking forward to facing that either. So like I said, I have Rock Slide on this specifically for Mega Pinsir, as well as Gyro Ball and Shadow Sneak, because his team, this whole team, is pretty spooky fast, with the exception of Quagsire and like Electivires, like base 80 or something, base 95 maybe. It's not too fast, and Gyro Ball won't be doing too much to it because of its resistance, obviously. And then we have SD to set up on... I don't know why I brought SD, to be honest. I could have brought 4 moves, but then again, if I killed Quagsire and then set up an SD, that would have been an entirely different story. Obviously 0 EVs in speed, full HP, full attack, and 4 in defense, I believe. I've completely forgot to go over all my EV spreads. My friggin' bad, that's okay. So yeah, Milotic was specially defensive, Venusaur was physically defensive, Heatran was full speed, max special attack, Timid, I think, not Modest, Darmanitan, Jolly, max speed, max attack, and I put about 168 speed to speed creep Modest Starmie, Timid Starmie, and put the rest in HP and special attack for Togekiss. So that is my team for this game. Let's move on to our opponents. Now, first of all, we have the spooky Mega Pinsir. I knew he was going to bring this. Absolutely knew he was going to bring this. And it's already a problem. He's obviously going to have some form of setup move. So obviously he's going to have Sword Stance. It's going to have the return. And I don't know if he's going to have priority, to be honest, because my whole team is really slow. So he could be rocking either Earthquake or Close Combat, or both of the two and leave out priority, or have Earthquake and Quick Attack. He never revealed Quick Attack or Close Combat in battle, so I'm not 100% sure on this moveset, but I'm pretty sure he was carrying Close Combat over Earthquake for... What? No, I don't think he was. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I can only assume... Well, this was actually Adamant. I know this was Adamant because of the roll he did to a Mon. Now, fun fact, we actually battled twice. First, we DC'd in the first battle, and we were like, well, crap, what do we do now? So we just started again. It wasn't too far in the battle, but it was still far enough to be irritable. So this, yeah, I know, I'm 99% sure this was Adamant rather than Jolly. Because he kept switching out on Darmanitan. But then again, that could be because, you know, he thought I was scarfed, but hey ho. Anyway, that's enough rambling about the spooky Mon. Let's move on to a second pick, which was Gliscor, and I knew he was going to be bringing this week for hazards and also for the Darmanitan and Heracross. This thing just completely shuts Heracross down, and he would have been foolish not to bring it. So I definitely expected him to bring it. Obviously he's going to be rocking the Stealth Rocks. Poison Heal is really annoying. One of the main reasons I did bring Milotic was for this fucking annoying bat bastard. I have many a game in the OU tier where I just don't like playing because of this thing. So I can only assume he was running Knockoff, Roost, Stealth Rock, and maybe Taunt, U-Turn, or Earthquake. This thing has a huge 4-move syndrome, so I'm not 100% sure what his set was. But I know it had Knockoff and I know it had Stealth Rock. So yes, I can only assume those were his moves. I'm guessing it was fully physically defensive. That core is just so gross. It's Pinsir and Gliscor. Ugh, gross. And I honestly thought he would bring offensive Gliscor this week, but he did not. He brought defensive, which in a way was a bit less scary. So to pair up with this core, with these choices, he decided to bring Quagsire this week, and I was honestly surprised. I really didn't expect him to bring it, but I guess he was just terrified of Scarf Darmanitan, which is fair enough. Quagsire is a huge bulky Mon. It's gross, I hate it, but I have Mega Venusaur, so it's not too much of a problem. I can only assume its moveset is Recover, Recover, Toxic, Recover, Toxic, Scald, and maybe Earthquake or Earth Power. Not too sure. I never saw the full moveset in battle. Obviously he's gonna be running Unaware. He might have been running Water Absorb actually to get rid of Gliscor's weakness. But he was probably running Unaware for the Deblade in case it got up an SD, which is also why he brought it actually, because Gyro Ball's going to be doing nothing for that thing, and I didn't even think about that. So Quagsire was actually a respectable pick for him, although I honestly didn't expect him to bring it just because Mega Venusaur is a thing, and I had things for it. But it did its role really well in the battle, that's all I'm going to say. Very, very annoying one to take down. And yeah, let's get on to his fourth pick, which was Electivire. Again, I did have things for this in the form of Venusaur and Scarf. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. And Scarf Darmanitan. But this thing is a huge threat to my team if it comes in on the right things. Originally I thought it was a special set. And it just freaking bops my Milotic in game 1. I was like, oh shit, this thing's physical, and then we DC'd like a couple turns later. I was like, god damn it. So that was actually really nice knowledge to have. So I think, because he brought Banded last week to his game, I think this was Banded. I think it was Power Up Punch, Earthquake, Thunder Punch, maybe Volt Switch? I never saw what his last move was. I really didn't. Maybe it was Cross Drop, maybe it was Volt Switch, maybe it was Fire Punch, although I don't know why you'd have Fire Punch if you have EQ. So yes, this thing is a huge problem for my team. And he's either rocking Motor Drive, expecting me to bring Zip Striker, or Vital Spirit, which I'm looking at now. I think he would have brought Vital Spirit this week because of Sleep Powder on the Venusaur, because I don't think he brought Safety Goggles or anything. So yes, I've really got to look out for Safety Goggles on potential mons in the upcoming weeks. I've only just realised that. But yes, on to, this was max speed, max attack, I believe. Yes. On to his 5th pick, and I really didn't expect him to bring this either, but he brought Shaman. Now, I prepared for this battle. I thought he would be bringing Drapion, Mega Pinsir, Gliscor, Kyurem, Starmie, and then either Electivire or something else. I really did not expect to see Shaman or Quagsire this week, which really threw me off guard before the battle. I was panicking. I was like, shit, what is this Shaman set? Is it specially defensive? Is it defensive? Is it Scarf Healing Wish? I was mortified of this Shaman when I saw it in team preview, simply because I had a Heracross, Darmanitan, and a Heatran on my team. Hello, Slyroh, you are one ballsy motherfucker. So I was like, oh my god, I was really panicking. Because something with 100 base stats and everything in this format is an incredibly good Pokemon to have. And the coverage and status moves this thing gets, oh my god, it's terrifying! It gets access to Tailwind, not that it really need it. It gets Healing Wish, so Pinsir could come back in on rocks. Oh my god! I was terrified. But he did end up bringing Especially Defensive, which is great for me. Oh my god. I'm still having nightmares of this Shaman. It was good for me. It was good and bad for me. Because obviously Darmanitan can still just completely wreck its face. And I have a modest Togekiss with Air Slash, so I was honestly just terrified this thing would be scarfed and just wreck my whole team. But it turns out it was specially defensive. So he was running Seed Bomb, which I was like, oh my god, because everyone runs Seed Flare on Shaman, right? That's its thing, that's what it does. Nope, he brought Seed Bomb specifically for Milotic, and I applaud you, Slyroh, not for only bringing this thing, but for bringing a physical Shaman. Oh my goodness, don't do this to me, man. This thing had me in tears. It didn't have me in tears, but I was pretty goddamn close. At the end of the game, I was so upset, man. And you will see why. But yes, this thing had Seed Bomb, Leech Seed, maybe Synthesis, and I don't know what its 4th move was. Leech Seed and Seed Bomb was all it was clicking in this fucking battle. Oh my god, this thing was a bitch to take down. Anyway, enough of this freaking Hedgehog. Let's move on to his final pick, which was the Kyurem, and I was mortified of this because I didn't bring Superpower on Darmanitan, and that was so stupid. I really wish I brought Superpower on this now. Because it does more than Rock Slide and just reasons and things. Oh my god, this thing is a huge problem for my team. This thing is especially defensive beast. Sub Roost is a problem. Powerful Dual Stab in the form of Ice Beam and Dragon Pulse. Although I don't know why he'd bring Dragon Pulse, because I have a fairy, but then again, it does also carry Ice Beam on the same set, so. No, he didn't bring Dragon Pulse because I didn't have any dragons, and if I did, he'd just click Ice Beam anyway. Milotic shuts us down relatively well, as long as it's not mixed, which I was terrified he would bring. But he actually brought, I think his full moveset was Roost, Earth Power, Psychic, and Ice Beam. Psychic for the Mega Venusaur and Earth Power for the Heatran, but I'm on a balloon, motherfucker! So those are the teams. And looking at team matchup, I really think I've got this game in the bag, but we shall soon see how we perform this week in the battle. Now, let's see, shall we? Alrighty then, so he is going to lead off with the Mega Pinsir, and I'm thinking, oh crap, I lead off with my Milotic, expecting the Gliscor. So obviously he's going to switch out here, not wanting to take a Scald, risking the Scald burn, and he's going to go straight into Shaman. Really good play. I fire off a Scald and discover that this thing is specially defensive. Look at that damage. Absolutely nothing. No burn. Now this thing is free to do whatever the hell it wants. I think I go straight into Mega Venusaur here. Not too sure. No, I actually go straight for the offensive play and go straight into Togekiss. Looking back, I probably just should have gone straight into Venusaur, but I really just wanted to kill this thing. So I switched into Togekiss for some offensive pressure. He's going to get some of his HP back that he lost from that Scald. He's basically back up to 4 now, which is gross. And I have to switch out here because I do not want to be taking Leech Seed damage. He's also going to be switching because he can't stay in. And I think he's going to go into Electivire here. Yeah, so here is the Kilowatt, the Electivire, which was my prediction. Really wanted to get rid of this thing early on. But he's actually going to withdraw and go into Quagsire. This thing is a huge pain in the ass, and reveals here that he is running Rocky Helmet, and it's absolutely gross. Gross, 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 gross. God damn it. So he's running Rocky Helmet on this Quagsire, which means Darmanitan can't be coming in on this thing too often because of the damage I will be taking from that. Now he's going to withdraw here as I Mega. He's going to go into Kyurem to put some pressure on me. Quite literally with its ability. I think I end up going for the Leech Seed here because I know he's not going to stay in. So I do end up going for the Leech Seed, which means this thing can't set up a sub if it's running it. Turns out he did not run sub this week. So yeah, we're going to get some HP off him, and we're going to get it back, and I'm going to go straight into my Milotic. Yeah, I go straight into my Milotic, because I can't fuck around with this thing. He goes straight around for the Psychic, and it does absolutely nothing. I was absolutely praying for the special defense drop. I'm not going to lie, I really wanted a +2 Milotic, because that would have been just a cherry on the cake. So what, this is 5-6 turns in, and nothing has happened. Literally, nothing has happened. There's a lot of switching in this battle. So he's going to go into Shaman here, and I'm going to fire off a Scald. Again, really want the burn on something. So that's 2 Scalds now, no burn. Just something to consider. So I have to, do I switch out here? No, I don't. I stay in, because I'm an idiot, and he reveals that he's physical. And that damage almost takes me out. Holy fuck, I've never been so scared in my life of a Shaman. I go straight for the Ice Beam, and it doesn't do too much, because it is specially defensive, and I was thinking, you know, any damage on this is damage, and I'm thinking, why did I do that? Why did I stay in on this, Ellie? Looking back, that was a really careless play. I should have just gone straight into Mega Venusaur, because it would have put pressure on it, and it also would have, just taken anything it would have gone for. So he goes for the Steep Bomb here again, because he's going to want that Milotic dead. And he is forced to switch out here because I believe the Shaman can't touch me. Like, he's not running Air Slash or Psychic for it. So he goes straight into the Kyurem again. I think I click Leech Seed again knowing that he's going to switch out. Or was it Sludge Bomb? No, I go for Sludge Bomb because I want to take it out. And it has a chance to poison anything that comes in. And it doesn't poison this, which is really annoying. He's going to get all his HP back, which is really, really irritating. I don't miss a Leech Seed, which is really nice. Getting that lovely HP from that Kyurem. I think I stay in here once, or maybe I go... No, I think I switch straight into my Milotic here, actually. Now that the Leech Seed is up, I do have a safe switch into it. No, I don't! I stay in here and go for a Sludge Bomb, presumably. No, go for the Giga Drain! Ellie, what are you doing? Ellie, go home, you're drunk. So I end up staying in, going for the Giga Drain, getting back no recovery, because resistance is a resistance. Yo, shout out to Muse. So now I'm going to go into Milotic, and Psychic is not going to be able to take me out. This turn I was absolutely shitting myself because I thought he would be mixed, and I thought he'd make the play and go for Dragon Claw here and just wreck my Milotic, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I'm going to get back a turn of lefties and Leech Seed, which means I have a free turn to recover, get back to full health pretty much. So he's realised this, and he has to switch out into Shaman here, putting on more offensive pressure as I get back to basically full. Nice and recovery. I really wanted to click Ice Beam here, but I couldn't, you know, I had to come back to a safe amount of HP. And I think here I switch straight into Togekiss, question mark? Or it could have been Venusaur, either or. Either or. Oh, I'm actually going to Deblade, which is questionable, as he ends up going for Leech Seed. Now, he's not going to switch, he's not going to stay in here, I know he's not. So I predict him to either switch into Pinsir or Quagsire, and I'm thinking, yeah, Quagsire is a huge stop to this, so he's going to be switching out right now. So I think this turn I double into I double into my Togekiss, expecting either Quagsire or Pinsir. And that, my friends, is exactly what we're going to go into. Really want to put offensive pressure on him, because like, this is 20 turns in now, and nothing's happened. He switches into Shaman here! That was such a ballsy play. Maybe he was predicting HP Grass. I could have just Air Slashed there and just completely wrecked him. I am so gutted I didn't press Air Slash. I was actually predicting him to switch into Electivire there, which is why I went for Dazzling Gleam. So I obviously have to switch out because I don't want to be... No, I switch out here, actually, expecting him to predict me to go into Venusaur and him doubling into Pinsir. So I actually went into Darmanitan here, and that was the right prediction. I'm very happy with that. I go for U-turn here instead of switching out to Venusaur, which is what I should have done looking back. But you know, I really needed chip damage on this, regardless of the Rocky Helmet damage. It means I can't be taking quick attacks from Mega Pinsir, so that's something I've really got to think about in this battle. I go straight back out into Togekiss. I should have gone into Mega Venusaur, actually, think about it, but that gives him a free switch into Kyurem and all this horrible stuff. I go for the Air Slash here because I just need to kill this thing, basically. Ends up switching into the Kilowatt, and this is a problem. I don't really have switch-ins for this, so I decide to go into the Blade, predicting the Thunder Punch. It's going to do absolutely nothing, but he gets to Paralyze, and I'm thinking, fuck, Hacks is going to do me over. Hacks is what influenced the last game somewhat. Not really. It just influenced Mega Venusaur's play. I'm going to predict him here and go out again into the Togekiss, expecting the Quagsire to come in. So much switching in this game, holy hell. And I just go straight for the Air Slash once again. He brings in this motherfucker, and look at this damage, ladies and gentlemen. That does over half to a Gliscor. This, oh wow, I was so pleased. So I know he's forced to switch out here into either the Kilowatt or something or other. And I go into Milotic here, which is a really silly play of me. I should have gone into Venusaur this turn. But he ends up going into the Electivire, and I don't know why, but I stayed in here really needing or really wanting the Scald Burn. And also I didn't really have anything else to switch into. So he's going to go for the Thunder Punch. Almost take me out, and I'm just praying. Come on, Scald Burn. Give me some return hacks. No burn! 3 Scalds! No burn. And that's really, really annoying. Slyroh has been getting very lucky in this match in terms of hacks so far. But that's okay. This is the way Cookie crumbles. And he actually goes for the Earthquake here, which was a good prediction. It's a really good safe play. I think that was a high roll, and I don't think the next one would have killed. I switch here into, I think it was Venusaur, expecting the Quagsire again. But he goes into Gliscor, which is really annoying. So he's going to be able to, now, this is a really important turn of the battle. He's able now to get up his Stealth Rocks. That means Togekiss, Darmanitan, and Milotic really have limited switch-ins now. I go for the Giga Drain, hoping to take it out, and it doesn't quite finish the job. Which is really annoying, because this is he's gonna save this. He's gonna conserve this Gliscor, and it's gonna affect the game. He's gonna go straight into Mega Pinsir, and I go for Giga Drain again. Now, what I should have done here was go into the Blade. I really should have gone into Blade, because Adamant Return would have killed my Venusaur. But as you see this Mega Evolve, and go for the return, turns out Slyroh has not been very kind to his Pinsir, because it doesn't have max happiness. And I was screaming. I was like, oh my god. I was literally like, oh my god. So I thought he'd switch back out here. So I go for another Giga Drain. I'm expecting him to switch out into Gliscor, but that's not the case. He does stay in here. Oh my goodness, this, oh my god. I was screaming. I was like, oh my god, we've got this game in the bag. He's fucked up. He's really fucked up. I go for Sludge Bomb here, hoping to take out the Mega Pinsir, but he conserves it. I don't know why he didn't go for Quick Attack, actually. Come back. I don't get the poison! Really annoying, and he's going to be able to take me out with a Psychic. Again, I should have switched out into something. I really should have conserved this Mega Venusaur, knowing that. Pinsir and such like. Now, this is also another important couple turns in the battle. I'm on an Air Balloon. I go for Stealth Rocks, because he can't Oko me with Earth Power. And he hasn't even revealed yet. So I'm just like, you don't have Earth Power. I'm calling your bluff. You're still sub-Ruse. Nah fam, he has Earth Power. And I'm really ballsy here and going straight for Taunt, because I don't want this roosting. I really don't. Which is what he ends up going for this turn. Like, yeah! And then I miss a Fire Blast. Are you fucking kidding me? This QRM should have been dead, and my Heatran should have been alive, and I panic. At this point, I'm thinking, fuck. This thing is a problem. It's still alive. I'm forced to go into this. I have to click Dazzling Gleam. I have no other alternative. Oh, and this is why I shouldn't have let Mega Venusaur die, because now he can just come back into Shaman and start spamming Leech Seed, and oh my god, I feel like, oh, I'm still really upset about that Fire Blast missing. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. This is another important couple turns. He goes for Leech Seed, hits it. I live Stealth Rock and Leech Seed. And next turn I am going to be able to live whatever he goes for, because he is physical rather than special. So after this Leech Seed, I brought down to 28 HP, and Seed Bomb is presumably his only move, and it can't take me out even with a crit. So he takes me down to 12%. I get paralyzed. Ain't that a kick in the teeth, right? This thing was specially defensive. I was paralyzed, 0 EVs, 0 IVs in speed, negative nature, gyro ball. That would have done a fuck ton to this. I just wanted damage on this, but I got paralyzed. And again, another really important turn of the battle. Means Shaman's still going to be at full. I'm forced to go in here, forced to go for Air Slash, and it doesn't take it out. I'm thinking, fuck this. It flinches. And oh my god, I was so happy. I was so happy. But he's going to switch out here. He's going to conserve this because he knows that this is an annoyance to his team. He's going to go into Electivire because a combination of rocks and 2 Air Slashes won't be able to take it out, depending on if, like, damage rolls. If I had gotten 2 high damage rolls, I would have taken this out, but I don't. That's not the case. So I'm forced here to switch out into, I think, Milotic to sack it. Yeah, there's Milotic. Gonna be taken out after rocks, and I think Thunder Punch he goes for. Yeah. Which means I get free switch into Darmanitan. Nice and eyebrows. So yeah, Milotic goes down, and it's just Togekiss and Darmanitan left. And honestly, I can clean up with the rest of this team if I play it right. So I go for U-turn here, Because it would have killed this, and if he came back in with a Quagsire, I could have just swept with Togekiss and Air Slash. Yeah, I could have just swept Togekiss and Air Slash, couldn't I, Ellie? Couldn't I, Ellie? Oh, I make the stupidest fucking mistake I've ever made in competitive play, and for some reason I'm thinking, oh, I should go for Trick here! He went for Scald. I thought he was going for Recover. I'm still really upset. I threw this game away. I'm gonna be honest, I cried after this battle. I was distraught. I could have come away this week with a 2-0 victory. But because he conserved his Gliscor and because he conserved his Shaman and Mega Pinsir, which would have died to Rocks and... Oh, I could have won. It should have been a fucking 2-0, but I walked away with a 4-0 loss. And I am absolutely gutted. Really, really stupid of me to have done that. But what's done is done. I've learned from my mistakes. I'm just going to go for safe plays from now on. I was just really upset because I played really well that battle and I knew everything that he was going to go for. And I threw it all away because of one stupid turn. At the time I was in a Skype call and I just fell silent. As soon as I pressed Trick, my face just fell because I knew I'd lost. Like, my heart just completely sunk because that was the wrong play. Completely wrong play. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm still really upset. But anyway, Anyway, guys, that's going to be the game for this week. Should have been a victory if it wasn't for my stupid play there at the end, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. We're just going to have to take this loss on the chin and realise, you know, you've got to play it safe in this format. You just have to. No matter how aggressive you play in the match, at the end of the day when it comes down to it, you have to be safe. And I wasn't. I was... enough talking about it because it's upsetting me. I'm gonna go, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next upload. Bye!